This video I'm going to be talking about the Honda Super Cub 50cc scooter I recently completely restored. In this video I'm going to tell you how much everything cost to do this restoration. And as we go over each cost, I'm going to cut in a couple of clips of me doing that item. So in order to give you a good idea of the end product, here I'm going to show you how the motorbike eventually came out. I would say this motorbike is almost factory new condition. Like, I replaced everything on it. Every single piece of this bike I replaced. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about each item and how much it costs. So here everything is quite cheap. Like, I'm talking cheap. It's just cheap. So the cables, I bought all new cables, front and rear, brake cables, speedometer cables, what else? Throttle cables for $3. All of the paint work was $65. And when I say paint work, I'm talking about the stripping. I'm talking about the repair of any damaged, maybe rusty areas, because this is quite an old bike. I'm talking about the primer and the base coat and the clear coat. $65 for all the body panels and frame painting. The new plastics. So there's top and bottom of the headlight. There are side panels. There's a rear fender, a front fender, and then there's two front fascia pieces. And all of that came out to be $30. And that's all delivered too, by the way. $30. The front light, the main headlight, $5. The front and rear brake pads, grand total, $5. Wheels, tires, and tubes. I'm talking about, I made new rims, brand new spokes, and not new, but very good condition hubs. And the bearings, I pressed new bearings into the hubs. That all came out to be $75 for tires, tubes, rims, hubs, spokes, and bearings. Like, that's, where can you even get that? And also I paid somebody to build the rims too, so that price was included. I bought $5 of Brasso chrome polish to restore the exhaust, and it came out beautiful. I'll show you right here. Restoring the exhaust was probably one of the most satisfying parts of this bike. And I only just did it by hand. If I used a machine, it would have came out much better, but it didn't really need it. It didn't warrant it. I'm not trying to make this thing 1,000%. Flat spray paint, $3. I spray painted the front foot pegs, for the driver, the side kickstand, the center stand, and what else? Handlebars, and the handlebars. That came out to be $3. Front and rear shocks and the bushings to mount those shocks in the front forks, $25 for all four. So it was $5 per shock and then $5 for the bushings. Super cheap, and they're nice shocks too. They're not, not cruddy shocks, and they look nice. So $25 for all new suspension, crazy. The chain set, front sprocket, rear sprocket, and chain, $10. However, keep in mind it is a non-O-ring chain. It's probably going to need a change in 500 miles. Spark plug. I actually did the spark plug today because I broke the cable, and the spark plug was $3 installed. I just took it to a shop. They put a new cable, the plug end, and a new spark plug for $3. Miscellaneous soap, $5. Just because I had to clean the hell out of that engine, man. Clean that engine was crazy. I spent about $5 on maybe like 2 big things of degreaser soap. The grips, hand grips, $5, brand new grippers, and then a new chrome rack in the back that was also only $5. So if you're thinking about restoring a Super Cub, there's really no part on the bike that costs more than $5. And now let's get into a couple of big costs Big cost number one was the shop use and tool use, and also some mechanic time when I needed more than one set of hands. I took about 1 month, maybe 3 weeks, but really about 3 weeks to 1 month of shop rental space and all tool usage that I would need, and a little bit of help here cost $100. So that I think is totally fair. 100. Most shops in the USA charge more than 100 per hour. And I got the use of a shop for an entire month for $100. And then there's the biggest cost of all, which is the motorcycle itself. Now, I'm going to tell you guys how much I spent on the motorcycle originally, and I'm going to tell you how much I could have spent on it, given all of the pieces I had replaced. Like it might have been, I would have saved money if I had bought a motorbike in worse condition. I bought this bike for $300, and I feel bad about it too. I feel like I overspent, but the engine was good, and the frame had no major repairs. If you go online, you could buy a similar bike in rusted out, horrible condition, with missing the plastic panels, in need of electrical work, with roached out tires and rims. Who cares? I replaced those anyway, right? So all those pieces I've replaced anyway. You could find that bike in horrible condition for $125, with registration and the license plate and card and everything. $125, $150. You can do that. So I could have saved on that. I could have saved $150. That being said, buying a little bit more of an expensive bike saved me in the fact that I had a bike with a good frame that hasn't been in a terrible accident, that drives straight. Whatever you want, and my time. Another big thing is I spent about 120 hours doing this bike. 120 hours. Maybe not that much, maybe like 80 to 120. But once you factor in the planning and everything, and then what's my time worth? If your time is worth $220 an hour, I'm sure it's worth that or more. How much is that? $2,400. That's 4 times the cost of the motorcycle. Or you could have just bought a brand new Honda Wave 110, like off the factory showroom, for that amount. So this motorbike really had very little to do with the economics of getting a cheap ride and making the most of my time, and it had more to do with the fact that I wanted to make something beautiful. I wanted to make a piece of artwork, something that a fond memory I can look back upon, and I'm enjoying riding the bike too. It's a great bike. I did a few upgrades to it also, which made this bike better than what you would get off the factory floor. I put bigger tires on it, which was huge, man. On a little 150-pound scooter, putting big sticky rubber tires on it and nice strong wheels make the thing handle like a dream. It's absolutely fantastic. You can really be hooning around corners. So that being said, the total cost of everything I reckon is about between $625 and $675. I could have, if I had to do it again, I could probably get that cost down to $500. And unfortunately, if I were to go sell this bike, it would be quite difficult to sell. I see them going online for anywhere between, in this condition, between $450 and $850. So it is an economic loss, which is fine by me. I did it for fun and for YouTubes and all that stuff. And I really only ride this bike in the evenings as well. It's too small. Like a 50cc bike for a guy like me, I'm comfortable riding, but for the roads, you just don't get any respect. You don't have enough space, or you don't have enough power to get out of your own way with a 50. That's why you see a lot of people go zooming around corners, is because you have to keep your momentum up. That's why when you see people driving in Asia zooming through corners, it's because they don't want to hit the brakes. and they don't want to have to re-accelerate because maybe they're in a tiny little bike, just trying to keep the momentum. You're lower. You feel intimidated by mountain bikes. That's something I noticed today. Is I went past a guy on a mountain bike, and he was way higher than I was. I had no presence. You're on a little bike here, so you don't have any street presence. But it is good on gas. So I guess you gotta take the good with the bad. It gets 188 miles per gallon. Has a 3.9 liter gas tank, which is like 1 gallon. So 1 gallon, spend a whole week, 2 weeks, and you're going to use $4 of gas. So that's a huge plus. I just ride this bike at night and for pleasure. It's a Sunday cruiser, and it is a 11, 12, 1 a.m. Nobody on the road. Just an enjoyable bike. Just have something a little bit different. So would I do it again? Yeah, I would totally do it again. Restoring bicycles and motorcycles is kind of something I enjoy doing, just for fun, just for my own knowledge. I like bikes, so yeah. So you're gonna see some more videos like this. I got multiple projects. Got the XR250 going. I got another Super Cub coming along, and stay tuned. If you like this sort of content, drop me a thumbs up. Hit the like button. Drop me a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.